We're going to be going through some new Black Ops Cold War information here. We have some new updates on the Red Door Alpha that was leaked originally back in June, but it actually may mean for something different this time around. We may actually get access to an early alpha, just like we saw with the Modern Warfare 2v2 Gunfight Alpha. And if you guys remember an important fact about that Gunfight Alpha, it was for PlayStation users only. So will we see an alpha for Black Ops Cold War that is a PS4 exclusive? It's very possible. There's some more stuff here on the next gen version of Black Ops Cold War. I want to talk about the tech for the PS5 specifically and how that will impact Black Ops Cold War. And also I want to respond to a bunch of your guys' comments on my video yesterday talking about zombies maps you want to see return into Black Ops Cold War. So we'll discuss some of that information as well. I want to say thank you guys. We just hit 52,000 subscribers last night. So if you're new and you want to see more Black Ops Cold War content, definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel. The support on my channel has been insane the past couple of weeks. So seriously, thank you guys. Yesterday's video, our like goal was 600 likes. We destroyed it. 645 likes we got. So if we can go for 600 likes again on this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And let's get started here. So the first thing here, I want to talk about the Red Door Alpha. This alpha was leaked back in June. It was found on the PlayStation database, also on the Xbox database, and it's pretty much known to be an alpha file that the developers and pretty much anyone working on Black Ops Cold War were using to work on the game or playtest the game. And I'm pretty sure this was used because a lot of them were working from home, so it was a lot easier just to access this internal alpha. It was codenamed the Red Door. You guys pretty much know about the Red Door at this point if you've been watching a lot of the different videos on this stuff. The Red Door actually made an appearance in the Black Ops Cold War reveal trailer, so very interesting there. It may mean something for the actual storyline for Black Ops Cold War, or they were just teasing it for the people that know about the Red Door information. But what's the new information about the Red Door Alpha, the Black Ops Cold War Alpha? Pretty much, the alpha has been recently updated, and a bunch of different things for the Black Ops Cold War Alpha was actually found within the Modern Warfare files. So the fact that the alpha was updated isn't too big of a deal, because that could just mean that they're continuing to play test and finish up the game. The developers are still working on it, fine-tuning everything. That makes sense. But the fact that it's in the Modern Warfare files is a very different thing. That means that they're intending on this Black Ops Cold War Alpha to be public and accessible through Modern Warfare at some point very soon. Now, the first possibility is that they're putting this into Modern Warfare, but it's not like it's going to be public. It's just going to be available for influencers and people with early access codes to record and play this alpha early, release the gameplay, since there aren't any early capture events because of what's going on right now, travel restrictions, etc. So that would make sense if this alpha was just being added to Modern Warfare, but just for influencers and different news outlets and different stuff like that. But it does make sense, however, for the public to be able to get access to the Black Ops Cold War Alpha because, like I said at the beginning of the video, Modern Warfare had an alpha for its game. It was the 2v2 Gunfight Alpha, but again, like I said, it was for PlayStation users only. And we do know this year there was confirmation that PlayStation will have exclusivity deals with Call of Duty. Obviously, last time around, it was PlayStation only, and an alpha this year most likely would also be PlayStation only. So let's talk about what that could be, because it may not be what we're thinking. So with Modern Warfare, it wasn't obviously the full multiplayer alpha. It was just a one-off mode 2v2 gunfight. It was fun, but it wasn't the main multiplayer. And since we know now that Black Ops Cold War will have a beta that will be releasing on October 8th, according to the leaks, that will be where we will be able to play multiplayer. So this Black Ops Cold War Alpha that would, I guess, release before the beta and would release at some point in September probably wouldn't be multiplayer. It would either be a one-off game mode in multiplayer, just like Gunfight was with Modern Warfare, or maybe maybe it could be an alpha that gives us a campaign mission. And I could definitely see us being able to play one of the beginning campaign missions that a lot of the influencers and YouTubers saw a couple of weeks ago, because Black Ops Cold War gameplay was shown to them. I'm not so sure how many campaign missions were shown, but I'm guessing it's probably either the first or second campaign mission of Black Ops Cold War that they were shown. And probably for an alpha, if they just want to test the graphics out or hype the game up or do something, maybe, you know, letting us play that first campaign mission would make sense. I don't know. We'll have to see what the deal is here, but we do know that the Black Ops Cold War alpha was found within the Modern Warfare files, different images hinting at it. So that could mean that in September, we're going to be seeing a Black Ops Cold War alpha, and then the next month, we'll see the Black Ops Cold War beta. So we'll definitely update you guys on that very soon. A lot more information about that, and hopefully it isn't a PlayStation exclusive, because I want everyone to be able to enjoy any content they release, because it definitely would suck everyone on PlayStation playing this and then everyone else is just watching gameplay and just sitting out on all of the fun. Now let's talk about some stuff here with the PlayStation 5 controller and Black Ops Cold War. The DualSense controller has a bunch of new features that may actually play a role into Black Ops Cold War. So someone asked, hey Sarge, I asked about this in a thread, but since it's about the DualSense features and you're from Activision, do you happen to know whether Black Ops Cold War will support adaptive triggers? Haptic feedback was mentioned somewhere. I have no idea which team you're on, but I thought I'd ask just in case you know. And I guess this Activision employee said yes, it does. And this is very cool because with the PlayStation DualSense controller, it's gonna have a lot of different features where you use the trigger and it really has like a good haptic feedback, and it gives you a good idea as to what gun you're shooting, and it gives you different vibrations depending on the different weapons you're using and different stuff like that. It'll play into all different games, and he's confirming here that Black Ops Cold War will have those features and, you know, support the adaptive triggers, haptic feedback, and all the other things that the PlayStation DualSense controller will be providing. So it's very exciting to see that here. Maybe it's going to be different for people that use the trigger stops or that have SCUF controllers, and they're not going to want that extra, you know, sort of distraction on the controller. I'm pretty sure pro players are not going to care about the adaptive triggers, haptic feedback, and stuff like that, but it does seem like a pretty cool feature for Black Ops Cold War and the PS5. Now let's talk about some stuff here with Transit coming to Black Ops Cold War Zombies. This was my video yesterday. I pretty much said, like, okay, what map do you want to be brought back into Black Ops Cold War Zombies out of these three maps? Transit, Die Rise, and Buried. I think for the most part, most people in the comment section said Transit, and that makes the most sense. I mean, I even said in my video, most likely they would bring back Transit because Transit was the most polarizing, the most memed map, and they want to bring that back and probably make it into an insanely fun and good map. John Dedrick says this, Transit because it was the map that had the potential to be the best zombies map, and with next-gen consoles, a Transit remake can reach its potential in terms of being a lot more polished, maybe even bring the game modes and bus route B. So that is a very good point. With next-gen consoles especially, you don't need fog anymore. I mean, a huge reason why they had fog in Transit was because the Xbox 360 and PS3 were literally enabled to render Transit at full size without fog, without all of the other things, without the bus moving so slow, without all of those other things we see within Transit. You know, Transit would not run at all on those old consoles. With the next gen consoles, they have so much room, so much more resources, assets to render and run a full Transit map without the fog, without anything. They could probably, they don't even need the bus. I mean, they could have a full large scale map with a bunch of different stuff, bus route B, the different game modes, new locations. They could add so much to Transit, and if they want to do a remake instead of a remaster, they can completely reshape the map to make it into such a large, insane, almost like open world zombies map. Like they could do a lot with Transit. They could turn it into an open world zombies campaign type of map. I mean, that would be the coolest thing they've ever done for a zombies map or a zombies game mode, and I do think it's very possible this time around. With Die Rise and Buried, it would be cool to see those maps return, but I think based on the maps itself, they don't really have the potential to really be expanded upon like Transit has. Like Transit has so much potential, and I think it needs to be brought back to the game because it received so much hate, and it could be a reverse. It could be one of the most loved maps of all time if they really use everything they have now with next-gen consoles, all of the assets, all of the new ideas, they could turn it into one of the best maps, or even, like I said, an open world campaign mode of all time. So hopefully they do something like that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. I want to talk a lot more about zombies very soon. I want to do a whole video, honestly, going through the transit situation, because I think there's a lot of different ideas we can actually discuss about transit. So don't worry, I'm going to go back to that video, get a lot more of your guys' comments, and really compile a video going through everything we could see within transit, a transit remake in Black Ops Cold War Zombies. So I'll definitely get started on that very soon. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a comment below Black Ops if you watched the whole video. It's greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.